Hey, it's Mitch doing the cruise. Another day, another anniversary. Live Aid, July 13th, 1985. That's 37 years ago. It's the brainchild of the Boomtown Rats, Bob Geldof, and Midge from Ultravox. Billed as the Global Jukebox, the all-day charity concert is held to raise money for relief after the devastating famine in Ethiopia. The concert spans two stages on two continents, JFK Stadium in Philadelphia and London's Wembley Stadium, as well as 100,000 fans in the U.S. and 72,000 more in the U.K. The event is broadcast live across the world to an audience of around 2 billion people in 150 countries. The hardest working artist of the day, probably Phil Collins, who performs his set, then teams up with Sting to perform Long, Long Way to Go and Every Breath You Take before jumping on a jet for an 8-hour flight to Philadelphia, where he then plays Against All Odds and In the Air Tonight before jumping behind the drums for Led Zeppelin, who've reformed for the event. In London, it's Sting, U2, Queen, Bowie, The Who, Elton, Sir Paul, to name a few. In Philly, it's REO, Crosby, Stills, and Nash, the Beach Boys, Pretenders, Cars, Clapton, Led Zeppelin, and so many more. Rock and roll, giving back.